Total Sports Zone. All sports, all action, one zone.
The Nürburgring 24-hour race is an exhausting, isolated, and highly unpredictable gauntlet for any driver brave enough to take it on. It's a dense, multi-class racing environment where unforgiving tarmac and blind corners demand absolute perfection from everyone on the grid. Enter Formula One megastar Max Verstappen, making his highly anticipated debut at the legendary endurance event. He's stepping out of his familiar open-wheel cockpit for the weekend to pilot the number 3 Windward Racing Mercedes-AMG GT3. Making it through this track in one piece requires an environment of pure focus, a headspace that is incredibly difficult to find when your daily life involves being the center of a global media circus. Max's teammate for the weekend is veteran driver Daniel Juncadella, who knows exactly what it takes to survive the green hell. Juncadella frequently points out that the Nürburgring chooses its own winner. The 24-hour marathon is packed with so many mechanical and weather variables that it can feel like a high-speed lottery. To handle that unpredictability, Juncadella insists that drivers must remain incredibly open-minded and maintain a quiet, unwavering concentration. That quiet focus is a tall order when you have a reigning F1 champion in the garage. Verstappen's presence naturally draws a massive, relentless press corps everywhere he goes. This creates a direct structural conflict. The endurance drivers need mental isolation to prepare for a grueling race, while the obsessed media is fighting tooth and nail for every possible angle of the superstar in their midst. That conflict spilled completely out into the open on Thursday during the mandatory pre-race activities. In motorsport, a driver's briefing is a highly regimented meeting. It is strictly reserved for officials to run through critical safety protocols and specific race procedures for the weekend. Journalist Vincent Bruns noted that while media members are allowed in the room, they are held to very specific behavioral expectations. The rule is simple. Once the meeting officially begins, all attending journalists must sit down, put the cameras away, and remain absolutely quiet. The briefing room is heavily controlled for a reason. It is a strictly operational space, deliberately designed to be the exact opposite of a media spectacle. But as qualifying practice 1 approached on Thursday, Verstappen walked into the briefing room, and that standard order dissolved. A faction of photojournalists actively ignored the established rules, refusing to sit down or maintain silence. They swarmed the driver and kept firing off shots, their camera flashes lighting up the room even after the official safety meeting had commenced. Bruins reported from the room that the photographers simply didn't give Max a moment's peace. The disruption grew so persistent that it actively derailed the flow of the critical safety procedures being discussed. It escalated to the point where race director Walter Horning was forced to abruptly halt the proceedings and directly intervene. Horning stepped in and publicly dressed down the photojournalists, demanding that they behave themselves. The media's absolute obsession with capturing Verstappen overrode the long-standing safety protocols of the event, pushing track leadership to snap at the press before anyone even suited up. The irony here is that a controversy entirely manufactured by the media managed to dominate the weekend's news cycle before Verstappen's number 3 car ever turned a wheel in qualifying. This incident serves as a clear case study of what happens when the hyper-aggressive modern Formula One ecosystem collides with traditional, function-first motorsport operations. This chart shows the flat baseline of standard media coverage volume at a typical endurance race, and how it gets interrupted by a massive, disruptive spike in demand the moment an international megastar crosses over into a different discipline. The sheer volume of that attention actively breaks down the established systems of decorum that normally govern these paddocks. In today's media landscape, access to a global superstar is so highly coveted that not even the strict rules of a race director can guarantee them, or the event itself, a moment of peace.